I'm 48 years old, and not to say that
rapping has nothing to do with being 48 years old. I'm gonna just say that, right? I think Andre 3000 has a bit of age insecurity here.
You're not just any rapper, like you're a top 5, you know.
He's not top 5, but I cannot put Andre 3000 in the top 5 amongst guys like Nas, Jay-Z, for me, Lupe, when he doesn't have a solo album.
Which is your talent.
Talent is one thing, but honestly, I think timing and momentum is more important than talent.
Timing and momentum are not more important than talent. I actually have a problem with Andre 3000 saying that. Timing and momentum are not more important than talent. Okay, so Andre 3000, he's dropping a new album, but it's a flute album. He is playing the goddamn flute. He's not rapping on this album. So here's the album track list. If you look at this album is structured in a way that many jazz albums are. Short track list, but long songs. You can see 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes. Now, personally, I'm not going to listen to this album. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have no desire to listen to Andre 3000 play the flute, number one. And me personally, right? You watch my channel, you know I react to all types of music. Rock, I react to Joanna Newsom. I just did a Julia Byrne album. Some of my most popular reactions are Rage Against the Machine. I react to all types of music. I review all types of music, right? So I review more types of music than pretty much every other YouTuber in this lane, except the needle drop, Anthony Fantano, right? So I can appreciate a good jazz, a good alternative type album. I just did Pink Panther's album, but I don't have a desire to hear this from Andre 3000. Why? I don't listen to Andre 3000. Like, I'm not a fan of Andre 3000 because of his instrumentation or because of his flute. I'm a fan of Andre 3000 because he raps. You know what I'm saying? It's like if J. Cole came out with an album where he plays the xylophone randomly. It's like, bro, like, I'm probably not going to listen to this. And the album's like 2 hours long. Like, no, I just have no desire to hear this, right? Here is the trailer, the cameo for the album. It's at the laundromat. Pause. So it's kind of a repeating video of him at this laundromat. Okay, so maybe you are just super hyped to hear that. You're like, oh yeah. Like, I'm not, bro. I really don't give a shit less, right? But this is a popular topic on my timeline. So I know some people out there, they are Andre 3000 fanatics. And it's weird because a lot of people who are like these fanatics for Andre 3000, like, they were not even alive when Andre 3000 was rapping. Or they could not even name you the first 3 Outkast albums. But I guess it's more of his image, his aesthetic that he puts off people like. So they're going to latch on and love onto anything he does. He could write a book of poetry with one word on each page. The, and, our, pot. Like, each page is just a singular word and they're gonna go nuts. Oh, it's so innovative. He's freeing his creative spirit. All the other buzzwords type shit. People are like that for Andre 3000. I'm not one of those people. I actually remember when Outkast was out as a group, releasing So Fresh, So Clean, AT Aliens. Like, I was a little kid back then, but I can remember the Rosa Parks song. I remember all that, right? I remember when they used to perform live together. I remember when they came out with Roses, their double album. But I'm not like a huge Andre 3000 fanatic like that. I think he's a great rapper, but I'm not going to go nuts over him releasing a goddamn flute album. Now, Andre 3000, he has the creative license to do whatever he pleases, but I just think the reasoning behind him going the flute route is interesting. So let's watch this quick clip here.
Now, like, people think, oh man, he's just sitting on raps, or like he's just holding these raps hostage. Like, I ain't got no raps like that. Like, it actually feels, sometimes it feels inauthentic for me to rap because I don't have anything to talk about in that way. Like,
in what way though? He says, I don't have anything to talk about in that way. And I think by in that way, he means I don't have anything to talk about in a way that I would rap it, right? Let's go back a bit.
Authentic for me to rap because I don't have anything to talk about in that way. Like, I'm 48 years old, and not to say that.
Rapping has nothing to do with being 48 years old. I'm gonna just say that, right? I think Andre 3000 has a bit of age insecurity here. I think he's lacking confidence. I think there's like a fear or a lack of confidence with him releasing a rap album, which is why he's never done it. His group member Big Boy has done it, and it was a great album. Sir Luscious, Left Foot, Chico Dusty, that was a great album. There's like a mixture of things. There's an age insecurity aspect. He doesn't feel right rapping at 48 years old for whatever reason, even though plenty of rappers in their 40 rap. I mean, Pusha T, Nas, just when we get to Nas later, Jay-Z, there are plenty of rappers who do it, right? But he has a bit of insecurity there. There's also a lack of confidence. He says he doesn't have raps. He doesn't have anything to rap about. There's a bit of lack of confidence, and there's a bit of insecurity that I think goes with the age thing. Let's go back a bit.
I'm 40, anything to talk about in that way. Like, I'm 48 years old, and not to say that age is a thing that dictates what you rap about, but in a way it does. And like,
so, and there's even a bit of contradiction. He says I'm 48 years old, but not to say that age isn't, but age is a thing. Like there's a bit of him being conflicted. You could even tell by the look on his face.
Age is a thing that dictates what you rap about, but in a way it does. And like, the things that happen in my life, like, what do you talk, like, I gotta go get a colonoscopy, like, what do you what do you rap about? You know what I mean? Like, my eyesight is going bad.
Yes. Killer Mike just released a great album this year. Nas, the past 2-3 years, has released about six albums with Hit Boy, and Nas is older than Andre 3000. Nas is Grammy nominated off this, album series that he's been doing with Hit Boy. What is Nas rapping about? He's reminiscing on things he used to do. Man, I remember when I ran into Pac back then. I remember, man, back in Queens, we used to do this. He's reminiscing, and he's talking about cool shit that he does now. Nas, he's doing this. I was at a Japanese soul bar. He's talking about the new shorties he's talking to. Shorties he had to let go in the past. Like, it's effectively grown man rap, but it doesn't sound corny. And I think a part of Andre 3000's insecurity is that he feels corny rapping at his age. And I think he doesn't think his raps can live up to the massive amount of hype that's built around his name and potentially releasing a solo album. I think he lacks confidence in that way. When Jay-Z released 444, what was he rapping about? It's grown man shit. He's rapping about being a husband. He's rapping about his goddamn credit score, his investments, his art collection, bro. And it was a fire album. So Andre 3000, come on, bro. Please, let's not act like there is not already a path paved for rappers who are 40 plus, even 50 plus, releasing good music, man. I think Andre 3000 is insecure about his age, and I think that insecurity leads. Well, I think they're separate. I think he's insecure about his age, one, and I think he lacks confidence. I don't think he feels he can live up to this legend that's built around his name since Outkast has stopped releasing albums.
Like, what do you rap about? You know what I mean? Like, my eyesight is going bad. Like,
yes.
But you're not just any rapper. Like, you're a top 5,
He's not top 5. You can't look. Outkast, one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time, but I cannot put Andre 3000 in the top 5 amongst guys like Nas, Jay-Z, for me, Lupe. I can't put him there when he doesn't have a solo album. I just can't do that. It's like with my Lauryn Hill video. I can't say Lauryn Hill's the greatest female rapper of all time when she has one solo album. She has effectively, if you combine all her rap verses, she has one album's worth of rap verses. She has about 49, 50 total rap verses, which is what most rappers will spit in one album. 12, 13, 14, 15 song album, 3 verses on each song. Yeah, it's about 50 verses. So no, he's not top 5. He's great though. Maybe top 5 pin, but not top 5 rappers in totality.
You're not just any rapper. Like you're a top 5, to many people. To me, it's like you're basically being like, I have a very beautiful sports car in the garage, but I choose never to
Right.
drive it. Which is your talent.
Talent is one thing, but honestly, I think timing and momentum is more important than talent.
Timing and momentum are not more important than talent. I actually have a problem with Andre 3000 saying that. Timing and momentum are not more important than talent. But it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to sell a bunch of records and be trending, then yes, momentum and timing should be very important to you. If your goal is to just create great music that people like, that people can live with, that people can appreciate, then yes, talent and skill are much more important than timing and momentum. But it sounds like Andre 3000 wants to go out and sell records. It just irks me that Andre 3000 is saying for himself. It's not like we're talking about what it takes for a rapper to be popular and to pop nowadays. He's talking for himself, an already established hip hop legend. He's saying timing and momentum are more important than talent. I think that kind of reveals what his goal is. I think that's why he doesn't rap, because he doesn't believe it's going to do well, either sell well or live up to the hype that's surrounding his name, and that's been surrounding his name these past 2 decades since Outkast has pretty much stopped releasing music. And that's a very telling statement that he says that. He says timing and momentum are more important than talent, which we as music appreciators, we know that that is not true. Talent is most important. Now, if you want to pop, if you want to be trending, if you want to, sign to a huge major label, then yes, timing and momentum are very important for you. But this is an established hip hop legend we're talking about. In the twilight years of his career, he won't release a rap album, and I think there's a fear associated with him not doing well. Either the album not being critically received well or not selling well.
The energy of it, like talent, it's a lot of people with talent. And we're seeing that now. Like, there's so many dope people on the internet like that are just raw, but it's your timing is what you.
He compares himself to there are plenty of rappers, or there are plenty of talented people on the internet, on social media, but you're not, y'all on different, you are already Andre 3000. You're not a person, on the subway playing their music trying to get noticed. Yeah, those people, I see what he's saying. Yeah, those people are talented, but they need timing and momentum to get on. That's not you though, Andre 3000. So it's telling that he says that about himself. Timing and momentum are more important than talent.
Talking about is if you're catching the zeitgeist of what's happening.
Where you're Andre 3000, timing is not as important for you. You can drop something and people are going to listen to it. People are defending you over a Flute album, which had no promotion, and they're still defending you, and a portion of those people are going to listen to it. So, timing, come on, what do you mean?
Happening in the world, and like, my goal is I want to connect.
And that's the thing. There are plenty of things going on in the world to rap about. There's war, there's social economic inequality, election coming up. There are young people that are going through numerous issues. There are older people going through numerous issues that you can relate to them. Maybe you've gone through. There are things to rap about. Maybe Andre 3000, maybe he just lives a boring life like he says. But even with a boring life, you can rap about that. You can rap about going to your Whole Foods store. You can rap about playing with your energy crystals. You can rap about these things. Like, Andre 3000's thing is he doesn't have any raps. Or if he does, there is a fear of him releasing those raps. Because he'll do a guest feature every so often.
But plenty of people would get, especially since I think, at least for years, the understanding was that he would have kept going if you would have.
Oh no, Big Boy, he is on it. Like,
he's back tomorrow.
Yeah, he is the biggest cheerleader like for Outkast. Big Boy's, oh man, we the greatest. He's
so basically Andre 3000 is the reason why Outkast stopped releasing music. Because Andre 3000, he's confirming Big Boy will keep going. Like he would. We would probably have 15 albums by now if it were up to Big Boy. But Andre 3000 is saying, without saying, I'm the reason why we haven't released any music.
he's the Muhammad Ali kind of like.
The love between you guys is very real because I
Yeah.
think that energy, those different goals would have split other people up, not just as a group, but as like
Different
two human
goals.
beings.
I do know that I'm not the controller. Big Boy is not the controller.
Oh, it's the
of
universe,
any of
right?
this.
It's the universe, right? Okay. So anyways, those are my opinions on the Andre 3000 Flute album. Again, I know many of you out there, you're going to love anything Andre 3000 does, even though many of you probably can't even rap, 3-4 different Andre 3000 verses. You just like how he is as a person, even though he doesn't really put himself out there. There's something you like about Andre 3000 that makes you defend him super hard. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to listen to this Flute album. I would listen to a Flute album by a band or by a person who I like I desire to hear their flute playing because I've heard them play instruments before. I've heard them musically do this type of thing. So yes, I'm not opposed to just listening to a flute album. Again, I listen probably to a more variety of music than anyone on YouTube other than Anthony Fantano. Shout out to Anthony Fantano. But I just don't have a desire to hear Andre 3000 play the flute. I may skim through the album just to be up to date, up to trend. But shout out to Andre 3000 for doing what he feels creatively he needs to do. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. This is top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.